Hey VC, it's Chad. So it's probably been a month since I've made a video and a lot has been happening here. Um, so around 4th of July, I bought some new shelving units and I was able to get up off the floor a lot of the overflow and stuff I've had. So I should be able to do a room tour maybe next month. I have some junk still laying around. I'm trying to clean that up. And I've been able to alphabetize my collection, which is great, and I still have some stuff to get into Discogs, but it's been a overwhelming task. So in the process, all the stuff I bought in June I had to file away so that there would be space for it, and I've actually pulled out some of that stuff so I can show you. So this is my vinyl finds for June, including some 7-inches here. So let's get started. The first thing I have here is a 45 promo on Press Records, and this one you don't see too often, and this is an original of the Small Faces, Hey Girl, on the back with Almost Grown. It's a great little 45 there. Here is a really cool one, I'll Betcha, from Funkadelic, with Qualify and Satisfy on the back, and that's on Westbound. Here's one I actually have the LP, but it's a 45 I picked up. It's a promo on Motown, and it is the theme for Foxy Brown by Willie Hutch, and it's actually just the same on both sides. One's in stereo and one's in mono. So I couldn't pass that one up. Really cool 45 here. I've seen this band shown around. They have an LP that's really hard to find on original stuff. But this one is on D-Light Records, and it's the psychedelic band Purple Image. And this 45 has Y on one side, and on the flip side is Marching to a Different Drummer. Really great 45. And here is probably my favorite 45 that I found last month. Even though I've already had a copy of it, it means a lot to me as far as horror and as far as where I'm from, Pittsburgh. And it is an original copy with a picture sleeve of Chili Billy's Vamp, and this is on the amazing Vampire Records label, and this was the only thing they ever did. And this contains a song called Chili Billy's Vamp, which is like a cool little garage rockabilly type number. And on the back is Strange But True Tales, where Bill Cardille, Chili Billy, just tells a tale. Chili Billy was a radio host, very famous in Pittsburgh for hosting Chiller Theater, like horror movies. He actually went on to hosting wrestling, and he did the weather. He was just a TV personality. His daughter, Lori Cardille, was in Day of the Dead. And he just has he was also in Night of the Living Dead. So he has a rich history of horror in Pittsburgh. And so I actually had this 45 already. And the vinyl's really nice. But there was actually a price tag on here and a little sticker where you file them into those little containers. So the back is actually just a blank white. There's nothing on that, but it's a picture sleeve, and it's really hard to find these days with a picture sleeve. So I was able to find a fresh mint copy of the picture sleeve. So I'll probably hang on to these since I'm such a hoarder, but definitely one of my favorite Halloween horror records. So that's Chili Billy's Vamp by Bill Cardille. So that's all the 45s that I have to show. And I'm gonna pull out some records here. I tried to pull some from all genres, and I'm gonna get started with some metal. And there's a bit of an explanation here. So this band is from the UK, I believe. They're called Devil's Witches, and they're pretty popular on Instagram type thing. This is their first record called Velvet Magic. This isn't what I bought. I've had this for a while. This one is on black vinyl, and they only made, I think they made a couple pressings, and this sold out. It's really cool imagery. Like there's some, you know, some satanic imagery going on with some war and some porno, naked chicks all around. Some stuff I can't show in the inserts as well. But it's really well designed and put together packaging. These came out on a label, on an independent label called Cursed Tongue. So if you ever see these, pick it up. It's Doom, like stoner rock music, similar to like an Electric Wizard, or you know, something in that vein. But I really dig the imagery here, and this is their Velvet Magic record. And then they also did later last year, I believe it was, they did this Porno Witches record, and Vietnam veterans. This is more of an acoustic Vietnam kind of jam record, and it's really cool. This one I also got on black vinyl. It sold out pretty quick online. I got this right from the band. I think it's actually just one person that does all the recording, but really great record. And you can listen to this on Spotify, actually, both of these records. So what they did, since those sold out and there was a demand for the records, they actually released both on a 2 LP set, and it's called Experience Adults Only. I don't know if it's just like both of the records. It's called the Audio Erotic Collection, actually, sorry. And it contains both of those records on here with some new packaging. So it's really cool stuff. Some inserts and whatnot. And this one is actually on double white vinyl here. So check those out online, see what you think. They just had a pre-order last week for a new record, Devil's Witches. Check it out. So a lot of these records came from one dig. A local shop that I know was having a warehouse sale, and he let me come by and take a look, and found tons of great stuff here. So that's basically what I'm going to show you, and it was very affordable. That's why I was able to pick up a lot of this stuff, and really excited to show you some of these things. So the first thing I'm going to show you is just a 12-inch single from Mudhoney, and this is their Burn It Clean single, and on the back is Need, and it's a demo version, and You Got It. And these songs are on Super Fuzz Big Muff, I believe, at least one of them. This was just a 12-inch single released on Glitter House out of West Germany. So this one is really, you know, like a $8 record. So you can find this one around. There was actually 2 copies. I just picked up one. But I love Mudhoney, so there you go. And this record is a great 90s record on Warner Brothers, and it came out in it says 98, 96, I don't know, I can't see, it's kind of dark, but it is the girl group called Cibomato. And this one is like trip hop electronic music. So think of like, I always thought this was actually on Beastie Boys' Grand Royal label, but it is on Warner Brothers. So really cool, chill vibes there. Here was a great original Sight classic I found. This is on Double Shot. You see this one around for a little bit of money, but it is the Count 5 Psychotic Reaction with their I actually had I think I showed the Psychotic Reaction 45 before that I got at a estate sale, but this is an original mono pressing of their debut record. So great Psych stuff. Here's one I never ever see around. It is the first Slade record, Play It Loud, and this is an original copy on the Cotillion label. This one is one I listened to a good bit. It is the first record from the Runaways, and this is a original press on Mercury. I know they just re-released this on those colored vinyl type deals they do, whatever Rocktober kind of monthly things, but this one is a nice original with the original insert and everything, so glad to have that. I was almost died when I saw this in the bin. Originals go for crazy amounts of money. It is an original. It's an original bootleg that they made back in the day, but it's not an original pressing. It is the first Nurse with a Wound record, and this came out in 1979, and it's one of the earliest kind of noise industrial records, but really cool imagery. Not for everybody, but this is a classic genre record, I guess. Nurse with Wound. Also a tongue twister for me. So, couple more here. Wasn't familiar with this, but I saw who was in the band, and these are on the new record label, and they came out in 1989, and they feature Sonny Sharrock on guitar. So these are more modern jazz, kind of fusion jazz records. And this is the band called Machine Gun. And this is the Open Fire record. And also picked up the, I believe this is just the self-titled record featuring Sonny Sharrock on guitar as well. So they're actually a lot better than I thought they were going to be. Not that I thought they were going to be bad, but I was just really pleasantly surprised by, for what I paid for them, and just the time frame they came out. So if you do see these around, I do recommend picking them up on Mu Records from 1989, Machine Gun. And here was one of the only other jazz records I got. This is on the ECM label, and it features one of my favorite jazz musicians, Don Cherry. And this is called El Corazon. It's Don Cherry with Ed Blackwell. And this is on the ECM label, and it is from 1982. really great jazz from Don Cherry, of course. And this is on the standard green ECM label. So not too expensive, but a really great record. So here was one I actually already owned, a mono pressing that was pretty beat, and I ended up letting it go at one of my past record fairs that I set up at, and was super happy to find a copy. They actually had a original mono pressing and a stereo pressing, and the mono pressing was a bit beat, so I decided to go with the stereo pressing, and this is a Stax pressing. It's on yellow label, and this is the King and Queen with Otis Redding and Carla Thomas. So it's a pretty popular record. It's really great stuff. Some of their Knock on Wood, It Takes Two, and let me see what else. Tramp, I think, is another song that you hear that's probably been sampled and redone. So I love Otis Redding and Carla Thomas. But this is a stereo pressing on Stax. Sounds really good. All right, I got a couple more here. Two are from the same band. And I was super excited to find these. One is the third record from the band Kaleidoscope, and this is an original stereo pressing on the yellow Epic label, and this record is called Bernice. I actually really enjoy this record. You know, like folk, weird, psychedelic type music. Everybody knows the first Kaleidoscope record. The thing about this pressing that I got is actually signed here by David Lindley, one of the founding members. He plays guitar and vocals, so on some of them, and really cool. And here was the other one I found in the same collection, and probably one of the more expensive records I found for cheap. It is the second Kaleidoscope record, A Beacon from Mars, and this is a stereo copy on Epic, on the Epic yellow label. I know Lionel Richie is a big fan of this band, but I can't remember. I think he likes the first record, and I don't know if he's a bigger fan of these two or not, but really enjoyable stuff, and I still need a copy of the first record, so I'm looking for that, and that's Kaleidoscope. So I have two more here. One is, well, that was actually everything I got from that one sale. And then this one I actually got from a Facebook sale. A local guy that sells some stuff. I've gotten some great stuff from him in the past. This one has been there for a few years, and I've passed on it a few times just because it was a bit pricey. But I finally picked it up since there wasn't much else to buy. It is an original promo copy of Shine from Mother Love Bone. And this pressing sounds really good. It is only an EP, so both sides have the same music. There are 4 songs on it. It's got a gold promo stamp, a nice copy. Mother Love Bone features Stone Gossard and Jeff Ament, who went on to form Pearl Jam. So this came out in 1989 on Stardog Records. So Mother Love Bone, great pre-grunge stuff. And here was the really great find I got at a record fair in June. I think it was when I was deathly ill. As I mentioned on my last video, I was really sick for a few weeks in June with the flu, and I found this in a $5 bin. It is For Your Love by the Yardbirds, and this is an original on Epic Records. A really nice copy here. The great cool thing about this one, it's actually a radio station promo, and it's all white label. So that was a really cool find. So that is everything I got for you for June. I've been buying tons of stuff in July. I just got a nice collection of 45s, picture sleeve stuff from the 90s. So maybe I'll do a separate video for that, because there's tons of great stuff in there. And got lots of LPs, including a birthday present to myself. So I will try to get that video out in a week or two when July's up, and hope to see you tuned into that. So thanks for watching, and that's all I got for you. Peace out, VC.